Welcome, class, to your first lesson of my chapter, I guess you can say. This lesson is over classifying rational numbers. Have any of you ever been put in a box before that you felt was unfair? You got labeled a certain way, and then they categorized you in that box? Well, that's the same thing that we do with numbers. So, for example, I may, in my time when I was younger, may have been labeled an anxious student, maybe sometimes bad student, but there was more to me than just that label that was given to me by the teacher or by, or by anyone. There's always more to you. Anyway, that's the same way. That's the same thing that we do to numbers. We'll say, oh, one, that's a whole number. But now it's not just a whole number. There's more things to it. So let's get right to it. Okay. First things first, we have the natural numbers. I can't move this thing too much because it's gonna it's gonna mess up a little bit. So just bear with me. We have the natural numbers. The natural numbers start at one and increase in a positive direction. Start at one, increase in a positive direction, and terminates in the ones place. So we have one. Then I put 4/2 because 4/2 is really two, and it's going in a positive direction. Not too hard. Whole number is next. A whole number starts at zero and increases in that positive direction and also terminates in the ones place. Okay? And this one I put 8/4. Tried to confuse you a little bit because 8/4 is really two. Remember, always divide a fraction if you get it to see where it terminates. That's imperative. Integer is next. Integer is a little tricky because integers include negative and positive whole and natural numbers. Okay, so all of these numbers, natural, whole, they're also integers, but integers also include negative numbers, negative, natural, and whole numbers. Okay, so that's what an integer is. Okay, once again, still divided. You may get negative 10/5, but negative 10/5, once you divide it, is still -2, which is an integer. Okay, so now let's go to rational numbers up top. I'm not sure if you can see, but you can hear my voice. Rational numbers include all of these, but it also includes those numbers that terminate or repeat, okay, after the ones place. Okay, so maybe you have 2/3, which ends up being, 6600s repeating or something like that. Or 3/4, which ends up being, 7500s, but it terminates after that decimal point. You understand what I'm saying? So if it terminates after that decimal point, then it's going to be rational only. Okay, if it terminates or repeats, it's going to be a rational number altogether. It can be more than one. Remember, all these numbers can be more than one. So if you have 4/2, once again, that's just two. That'll be a natural, whole, integer, and rational. Let me give you a second. I would like you all to do 91 is your numerator, then put your fraction bar, and then put 7. I want you to classify that number, 91/7. Give you about 10 seconds. All right, 91/7, once you divided that number, you should have got 13, okay? And 13 would have put you into the natural category, the whole, the integer, and the rational. So 91/7 is all of these numbers, okay? All of them. I'm going to give you another one. Classify 98/5. Okay, 98/5. If you notice, when you were dividing, you noticed that 98/5 had that's a number after the decimal where it terminated. So that 19 and 6/10 you got, or the 19.6, that would just label it as a rational number only, not all of these, because it terminated, but it terminated after the decimal. It terminated or repeated after the decimal. All right, so just remember these rules. Once again, one, always divide any type of a fraction that you get to see where it terminates at. If it terminates in the ones place, then that's going to be either probably a natural, whole, integer, and a rational. If it terminates after that decimal, It's just going to be rational, okay? Remember, natural numbers do not include zero.